In today's episode, we'll do some quick nail designs using spider gel, and we'll show you how to create a DIY version of it at home. Hi, my name is Connie, and this is a channel dedicated to the art of nail styling. Today's topic, DIY spider gel. Let's get to it. The products we'll use today are gel polish in Like for Like, Mr. Black, Mr. White, Maybe Baby, and Popstar. Nail art gels, Sugar Effect, and Paint Black. Gel polish top coats, Tip Top and Super Matte. Acrylic paint in white and black. Smoke powder in intense magenta and papaya. Other products and tools that will come in handy are Effect Base, Aqua Gel, 2-in-1 gel brush in size 6, a dotting tool, and wipe-off cleaner. In today's episode, we focus on spider gel and its decoration capabilities. It's a very dense product with almost a rubbery structure. Once you dip a dotting tool in it and pick some up, you will notice that it's pretty gooey and stringy, resembling strands of a spider's web. You can transfer it onto the nails as is, but there's more. You can also use it to create all sorts of geometrical art. The most important thing is, it's a product for people who struggle with creating thin, precise lines. Spider gel will help you make those with ease. We start the first design by covering the nail with the Like for Like gel polish. We apply 2 coats, curing each one in the lamp for 30 seconds. Then we cover the nail with a thin layer of aqua gel. At this stage, the layer should stay wet. We place a drop of Mr. Black on the nail art palette. In the same spot, layer onto layer, we apply a bit of Mr. White. Using the Master Nail Art 007 brush, we make swivel strokes going up and down, left and right through the wet layers. We pick up the gel brush number 6 and holding it vertically, we make one smooth move as if we wanted to pick up our product onto a spatula. The gel should go up to a maximum of 1/3 of the bristle's length. We go back to our nail and spread the black and white gel mix onto the uncured layer of aqua gel. We keep the brush perpendicular to the surface and use slow motions to transfer the colors onto the nail, creating a marble effect. We wait a few seconds until the colors melt into the base slightly, then cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. We secure the design with a coat of super matte top coat and cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. To create a white spider gel, you need Sugar Effect and acrylic paint. In white, of course. We mix them together and voila, it's ready. And now, if you want to create spider gel in any given color, all you need to do is enrich this white mixture with some pigments. You can mix however much you want and create colors as you please. If you want to get black spider gel, never start off with white mix, as you'll never achieve a clear black hue. Instead, take Sugar Effect's counterpart, Paint Black. It's simple. We take Paint Black gel and add black acrylic paint, mix it together, and there you have it, a black spider gel. We place a largest dollop of Sugar Effect and a drop of white acrylic paint onto the nail art palette. Using the smaller tip of the dotting tool, we pick up a tiny bit of the acrylic paint, no more than a pinpoint, and add it to the Sugar Effect. We mix it briskly for about 20 seconds, then check if it blended well. We lift the dotting tool up from the mix. As you can see, it's starting to get the texture of spider gel. However, the threads break off too easily. This means we need to add another portion of the acrylic paint. We mix it briskly, checking the texture and viscosity of the product. If it's so simple to make, then why is there no spider gel in the Indigo offer? Because the mix we just created will congeal very quickly. It would be very difficult to sell a congealed product of subpar quality in a professional store. Of course, you can use it to create something that resembles spider art, but nowhere as thin-lined as we're aiming for. So remember, if you're mixing the product yourself, never make a batch a few days ahead of time, but rather just before you start working. Mix it and get on with decorating right away. It's a bit like with making those natural DIY face masks, with the egg yolk and turmeric or other super bits, adding a bit of flour, you mix it up and apply it straight to your face. You have to make them right before application, otherwise the mix turns into an unusable goo, and that just won't do it. We pick up a dotting tool, dip it in the mix and drag it up and over the nail in thin strands. We apply it from the bottom part of the nail and stretch the spider web upwards. We repeat this motion several times until we're happy with the design, then cure it in the lamp for 30 seconds. We wait around 1 minute for the product to cool down, then wipe the nail with a pad soaked in wipe-off cleaner. Spider gel will have a slight sheen when applied, so you don't have to use any additional glossy finishes. We cover another nail with 2 layers of Mr. White, curing each one in the lamp for 30 seconds. It's time to prepare the paparazzi transfer foil. Using sharp scissors, we cut the foil to more or less the width of the nail. We hold it with 2 fingers and press it hard against the surface of the nail, ripping it off with one brisk movement. We secure the design with super matte top coat and cure it in the lamp for 30 seconds. There are 3 methods of applying transfer foil. First is using the sticky layer of the coloured gel. The curing time is of the essence here. If you keep the design in the lamp too short or too long, you'll end up with either a too thick or sticky layer or a scorched one. In both cases, you won't be able to apply the transfer foil the way you want to. Conventionally, we cure in the lamp for 30 seconds, but remember that this depends on your lamp and its condition at the time of curing. The second method is using glue. You apply some glue in the area you want to place the foil. You wait 40 seconds, and when the glue becomes transparent, you transfer the foil. Our third method is transferring the foil onto paint black, which is similar to transferring the foil onto the sticky layer of a gel polish. The difference is you will use paint black to create a design first because its surface tension is so great that you can create all types of things with it. You transfer the foil onto the design once it's cured. Here, again, the key aspect is only transferring once you hit 30 seconds in the lamp. No more, no less. Curing it too short will make the sticky layer too thick, making the foil glide around, and curing for too long won't allow you to transfer it at all. So let's assume that 30 seconds is our starting point, the time you'll be curing before trying to transfer. If the foil isn't behaving the way you want it to after the 30 seconds, try to adjust the timing by 3 to 5 seconds, and using the trial and error method, find your lamp's sweet spot for transferring foils. We place a drop of paint gel and black acrylic paint onto the palette. Using the smaller tip of the dotting tool, we pick up a small amount of the acrylic paint, no bigger than a pinpoint. We mix it briskly with the paint gel to get the desired viscosity of spider gel. We place thin threads from the left side of the nail diagonally to the right. Then, from the created side point, we drag more threads towards the top left part of the nail. We repeat this multiple times, then cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. We wait around a minute for the product to cool off, then wipe the nail with a pad soaked in wipe-off cleaner, and it's ready. This is what our second spider gel design looks like. To paint the last nail, we'll use the Maybe Baby gel polish, which will create our base layer for an ombre. We paint 2 layers, curing each one in the lamp for 30 seconds. Before starting to paint our vertical ombre, we need to prepare the brush and clean it properly. We drop a bit of effect base onto the nail art palette and dip the brush in it thoroughly on each of its sides. We wipe it against a dry pad, and we're ready to paint. We apply another coat of Maybe Baby, but cover only one half of the nail. On the other side, we apply Pop Star. We keep the brush perpendicular to the nail and blend the boundary between the 2 shades. The pressure on the brush should bend up to 1/3 of its bristle's length. We shade from top to bottom, repeating the action until we get a smooth transition between the colours. Then we move the brush to the left side of the nail, bit by bit, to blend the lighter part of the ombre thoroughly. We come back to the centre and start shading the right side of the nail. The brush movement should be fluid. We blend from the top to the bottom, bit by bit, always finishing in the centre. We cure in the lamp for 30 seconds. When creating a vertical ombre, the base colour needs to be the lighter one from the pair. If you use the darker one as a base and apply a lighter shade on top of it, you can guess what the result will be. That's right, it just won't be visible. What tool is best for a vertical ombre? Take your pick. It can be a gel brush, an ombre brush, your favourite tool for doing ombre, but you can also use a gel polish brush at a push. No matter the tool, the technique remains the same. Again, we apply the light and dark pink shade. We start blending, moving along the centre axis. We shade with micro movements. Once we move through the lighter side, we return to the centre and then in a steady motion move towards the darker side, finishing back in the centre. We cure in the lamp for 30 seconds, then secure with tip-top top coat and cure again in the lamp for 30 seconds. While doing vertical ombre, the pressure on the bristles is very important. If you use too much force, you'll pick up the product from the surface and won't be able to create a tonal transition. If you don't use enough force, you'll end up with smudges. It's time to create some spider gel color blends. We put some sugar effect on the palette. We create space for 2 mixes, side by side, straight away. Slightly higher, we apply the white acrylic paint. We add a small amount of paint to each gel drop. Using a dotting tool, we blend it briskly to create a gooey product. We mix the second blend in the same way. It's time to add some color. To the first mix, we add some smoke powder in intense magenta. We add papaya smoke powder to the second one. We mix it and voila, a colored spider gel at the ready. We use a dotting tool and our blends to create a design. Using the pink shade, we apply multiple thin threads in the bottom section of the nail. We place them at a slant, directing them slightly upwards towards the right side of the nail. If some ugly blotches appear at the side, you can pull them off the nail using a dry pad. We cure our design in the lamp for around 10 seconds. We use a similar method to create the orange lines. We try to place them in between the pink ones. We cure the whole design in the lamp for 30 seconds. We wait around a minute for the product to cool off, then wipe it with a pad soaked in wipe-off cleaner, and it's done. This is what all 3 of today's spider gel designs look like. And that's the end of our episode. Let us know in the comments below if you're going to try DIY spider gel with the help of paint, sugar, and acrylic paints. Thanks for being with us. See you next time.